Hello beautiful people, my name is Shelby, welcome to my channel. If you're wondering why I have tattoos, go and watch my latest video that will explain everything for you. So today I'm doing something a little different. I'm going to be using tarot cards to try and see what my future holds. So tarot cards look like this. There are a few things that you're supposed to do before you use tarot cards and get a reading, such as like sleeping with your tarot cards under your pillow overnight and just shuffling them a few times to like let them get your presence. But I didn't do those things for a specific reason. I wanted to do this without doing any of those steps to see how accurate it was. And in a few weeks, after I shuffle the cards every day and let them get a feel for who I am, like sleep with them under my pillow like you're supposed to, I'm going to do another reading and see if it's any different than it was this time. So even though I didn't do those steps where the cards are supposed to get your personality and get a sense of who you are, I am going to try and do the dealing of the cards as accurately as I possibly can. So I've been reading, this is a book that came with the deck of cards that I purchased on Amazon. So I am going to try and do these steps as accurately as possible. As you can see on this camera down here, I have them all laid out. So these are all the cards that I have. It says not to shuffle them how you would do like a regular deck of cards. And it says to like go like this over and over and over again. I think this is how you do it. I'm sorry if I do anything wrong in this video as far as like dealing the cards goes. I'm actually trying to do it correctly. I'm not trying to like offend anyone or anything like that. It says in the book that you're supposed to use left hand over the right hand because the left hand represents the subconscious mind. It says that you're supposed to stay quiet and be focused. So if I'm not like as jokey or funny in this video, I'm really trying to do this correctly. I don't want to be disrespectful to people who use tarot cards on like a daily basis. And you're supposed to ask the cards a question. I think you're supposed to ask it as you're shuffling, so that's what I'm going to do. The question that I'm going to ask is, what does my future hold? Because that's kind of what I want to know. There's not anything specific that I want to know about my future, like financially or like romantically or anything like that. So I'm just going to ask, what does my future hold? It's a very open-ended question, but I don't know. It says that you can only say it once if you want to, but I'm just going to say it like 2 or 3 times. What does my future hold? Okay. I'm pretty sure I did that correctly. I'm sorry if I didn't. Okay, and now that you've done that, take the pile of cards face down and hold them just slightly above the table surface. Allow them to slip through your fingers into 3 piles to the left as follows. Yeah, I don't know what any of the cards mean yet. I have to go through. That's another thing that you're supposed to do is like go through each of the cards and write down what they mean to you. I didn't do that. I'm going to do that later for the next video. Okay, let them like slip through your fingers. 1, 2, 3. So pile number 1 will have come from the very bottom of the stack, 2 middle of the stack, 3 top of the stack. Collect the cards back into the pile, beginning with pile number 1 first, then 2 underneath, and then 3. So the cards from stack 1 are now at the top. Now the cards are ready to lay out. So it says that you're supposed to take them in your opposite dominant hand. So I'm going to hold them in my left hand since I'm right-handed. I'm going to use the Celtic cross spread. Take the cards still face down in your left hand with your dominant hand. Take the cards from the top of the stack one at a time, turning them over as you place them into position in an unhurried manner. So 1, 2, 5, 11, 14. Number 1, present. This is what covers you. This card tends to show the client's present position, what he or she is experiencing in relation to question or something currently affecting him or her. So this is the card of strength, I think. Yeah. This is the card. Feminine qualities such as patience and diplomacy, as opposite to aggression, combined with courage, will achieve the required results and bring success. The strength card reveals that you have a reserve of inner strength that provides you with more power than you realize. So number 2 is influence. This is what crosses you. The crossing card works like a filter, so it shows whether the energies surrounding the situation are helpful or challenging in relation to the question. This is not a predictive card as such, and as always must be read in connection with the rest of the reading, but it does show what is working for or against the situation. The Chariot. The Chariot is a card of triumph, though not without effort. It informs you that self-discipline will be required, but if you can master this, then victory can be achieved. It signifies the qualities required to succeed over any obstacles that lie ahead. The Chariot can also indicate travel. That's funny because my future has a lot of travel in it. Next is number 3, Temperance. Temperance represents moderation, having patience, the ability to compromise to find satisfactory solutions, diplomacy and cooperation, and balanced emotions. It is a card of successfully integrating opposite forces. Temperance stands for balanced emotions. Always a lovely, gentle card when it appears in readings. So this one is for past issues. So it's saying that I've had past issues with union, or like trying to get two opposing forces to work together. Okay. This is for the immediate past. This is behind you. It shows the influences that have either just passed or are now passing through if they haven't yet happened. The Death card heralds the ending of one phase of life to make way for a new one. It represents major change and transformation. The Death card can release us from that which is no longer useful in our lives, but that we continue to hang on to, merely because we fear change. In doing so, we deny ourselves new opportunities that await us. Care is always needed when interpreting this card, as its image can be quite frightening. But when explained correctly, clients often welcome this card, for they may be impatiently waiting for major changes to take place. Surrounding cards will clarify the situation. Number 5 is Crowning Thoughts. The card in position 5 shows the client's crowning thoughts in relation to the question. It shows what's going to happen based on what I think is going to happen. It's called the Sun. The Sun. I opened to it right away. The Sun is one of the most positive cards in the tarot, for it brings happiness, success, and triumphs, excellent relationships, a happy marriage, contentment, prosperity, and good health. The Sun tends to shine favorably upon any situation. When this card is present, it is important to make the most of its favorable aspects. So it's saying that I have a very positive outlook on the future, and that will help my future. I hope so. Number 6 is the immediate future. It's called the Moon. Oh, wow. I got complete opposites for the past and the future. The card in position 6 shows what is about to happen in the immediate future. Since we must consider that this card has already been brought into being by the energies of the past and present, there is a greater likelihood of its manifestation. The Moon represents illusionary situations, possible deceptions, and feeling of uncertainty. Emotions are highly charged and fluctuating, like a pendulum swinging back and forth. Feelings of intuition and gut instincts are heightened. When this card is present, it also warns that it's important not to jump to conclusions, for the light of the moon can create illusions, shapes in the shadows that are not what they seem. So number 7, which is this one, it's called the Knight of Wands. The 7th card shows what apprehensions the client is experiencing emotionally in relation to their question. Don't be misled if a positive Don't be misled if a positive card shows here. It can show unfounded fears. The Knight of Wands almost always shows when someone is about to change residence. It may also signify a long journey being taken, sometimes both, as in immigration. So it's saying that I'm afraid of taking long journeys or immigrating. That's like something I really want to do. Like, main goal in life is to immigrate somewhere that's not in this country. So, that doesn't make sense, but oh well. Number 8 is the 4 of Wands. That's what this looks like. Sorry, my camera cut out. I didn't realize. But, so basically it's saying that there's any marriage in my future, that this card will help it positively, but that was under my environmental factors, so it means that, like, marriage is in my future environment. No, thank you. Number 9. That is the Queen of Pentacles. This is her. This is your hopes. This card shows what the client really hopes for in relation to their question. In her different guises, you would find the Queen of Pentacles as a wealthy woman, pleasant and generous to others. She carries off her role well. Wives of nobility carrying titles are frequently found running large estates and making them pay. So I think it's saying my hopes for future mean more money and a better situation at my job. Position number 10. The outcome and answer to the question. However, it must be read in conjunction with all the other cards present. Don't just dash ahead to the last card. So this is my last card. It's called Judgment. And it's going to be the outcome of my question. Judgment is shown as the karmic card. As you sow, so shall you reap. The results of the seeds you have previously planted and your past efforts are now being rewarded. As a card of depicting resurrection, it indicates renewal and revival, dormant matters coming back to life. There is a general feeling of rejuvenation, and health matters show improvement. This card represents a time to be happy with new beginnings afoot. So these cards here are for clarification of all the cards that we just read. So I guess I can go through and try and find these. This is the Five of Wands here. The Five of Wands represents conflicts, differences of opinions, and petty squabbling. These may not be large problems, and they can be overcome if cooperation is sought. However, petty disorder can easily get out of hand and drain energy away from key issues that need to be resolved. Next is the Hermit. The Hermit signifies careful thought and contemplation, withdrawal from the outside world in order to reflect and find inner wisdom. This card indicates that you will have all the answers that you need within yourself, but perhaps you need some introspection to access them. I'm a very introspective person, so I'm not sure about that one. And then the King of Swords, which we have here. The king is often found in uniform, as a police officer in the military and law government enforcement agencies, or as a prison or security officer. In fact, any area of the law or discipline. The King of Swords is careful where he places his trust, but he makes an excellent friend who gives good advice when asked. In the negative, he may seem cold and impersonal and lack sensitivity to other feelings. I'm not like that at all. And this one's called The World. It's the last one. Having learned the lessons presented by all the previous cards in the major arcana, we finally arrive at the World. The World brings the assurance of success, victory, and triumph. This card doesn't indicate overnight success, but rather the accomplishment of a goal that has been steadily worked toward. Well, that's funny that it's the very last card that we had. Yeah, overall, I think that was a pretty positive reading. So I am going to do the things that the book tells you to do, as far as like shuffling your cards every day and sleeping with them under your pillow. I am actually going to do those things for maybe a week or two, and then I'm going to do another reading. So expect that video in a week or two, and let's see how it's any different than what I've done today. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, then comment down below what you would be if you were a tarot card. So like name it and then say what it means. If I were a tarot card, I'd probably be the card of procrastination, and it means that you'll procrastinate for the rest of your life. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on social media. But other than that, I hope you have a wonderful night. Bye! I can't reach you. That's as good as I got.